Hello everybody, this video today will be about MTM utilization. The content of the video will be how to use the filter options and navigate through the different filter options in the screen, how to record the kilometers or hours, to record the fuel usage, and how to record costs, how to produce Form 32 from the application, and how to attach files to a vehicle. Now, let's do the demonstration. So in the PAM application, we go to MTM. We click on the button MTM. Then we go to Fleet Management. And by clicking on Fleet Management, if you have been assigned to a fleet, you will see the structure of the fleet in this left corner. You see the different RIC codes on what type of vehicle or fleet is available within your database. We can choose to expand the selection to see more in detail which vehicles are within this structure. So by hovering over a picture, I can see the different pictures that are loaded under a certain license plate. Yes, we can also see the license plate in the end. Okay, we see what type of category of vehicle is corresponding to the different RIC code. We have blue and green fleet. Okay, so I will collapse, click on the plus button, and I'm going to choose a vehicle from this row. Now, before I do that, let me explain the different filter functions. I can search and filter on the shape control number if that is available. I can search or filter on the different customer code if you have assigned the vehicles to the different customers, let's say the PCH codes. You can search or filter on stock number if you are aware of the stock number which exists, chassis numbers, plate numbers, and nomenclature or description. Now, the most common ones that are used is the plate number and the nomenclature. For example, if I want to filter on description or nomenclature, I will put wildcard, for example, Kerax and wildcard. I apply, and you will see that my left screen here will only show me the vehicles that are available with the description Kerax inside. Okay, so if you click on one of the stock numbers or license plates here, you will see that the screen will change, and now you will see in the description Kerax. So if I would even filter more, I can say 4x4 or 6x6. It really depends on how much information you want to filter on. In this scenario, I only filtered on Kerax or Kera in this situation. Now, again, I'm going to remove the filter. I will apply, meaning it will go back to the initial screen where it will find all my vehicles. Now I'm going to filter on plate number. If you know the plate number, for example, and you know the last digits, in my scenario, I know the last digits are 82906. I apply, and it finds the category, and there's one vehicle available, which is a Volkswagen, and you can see here in the description, Volkswagen Passat. This is the vehicle that I want to start working on and start recording my utilization. So to record utilization, you need to go to the right and click on the button Edit Vehicle, then you will see that the screen will open up a new window where I can do some changes. Okay, now we have some tab folders here on top, which you can work and change information regarding the vehicle. Now, this video is about recording utilization, so I will go to utilization. And you see there is nothing recorded at the moment for this vehicle. I have a button here, a plus sign, where I can insert a new line, and there's a button here to print form 32. Now, print form 32, I will do that in a few minutes. But to record utilization, I go to the plus sign. A new line will open. I can choose today's date, or I can choose to go back in the time. Say, for example, by the end of December, I had driven 550 kilometers and I have used 60 liters of fuel. Okay, and then I save. You will see that on the right, now my utilization has been updated with 550 kilometers, and there is an average consumption calculation that has been done by the system based on the fuel used. Okay. Another example is if I want to, let's say, if I have an initial upload, meaning this vehicle is a little bit older, and I know it has already 55,000 kilometers or 60,000 kilometers driven, and I also have the information on fuel, I could add a line similar as before. And I would say the 1st of December. In this case, I will take 65,000 kilometers driven already. And I have, for example, 1200 liters of fuel. Now, I'm not sure if this is correct on, let's say, average consumption, but this is just an example. If I would have the information available, this is how I could do it. I save the information, and now my total kilometers will be a total of 65,550, and the average consumption will change. As you can see, this is probably not correct, but this is how you could upload, let's say, an initial kilometer reading and fuel information if it has not been done in the past. As example, if I want to create another fuel utilization as of January, I add another line. Today we have driven 45 kilometers and we have used 10 liters of fuel. And we save. And again, the system will update the utilization. So after the recording of the utilization, I identify that I made a mistake and that I have to remove a line. Now, I can also overwrite the information which has been displayed and save it. I can also choose to remove a line. For example, the one on the 31st of December. I click on the red cross here and say, do you want to delete the selected utilization report? Yes. I save, and you will see that the utilization will be updated with the new information. This is how you delete a record. In case I want to record utilization of an additional cost or a cost, I can say, let's say there was a transportation that had taken place on the 2nd of January. There was 80 kilometers driven, 15 liters of fuel, but now I say I have a material cost of 35 euro, and the description was I had to replace my wiper blades during the travel, and I save. Now, as you can see, we have a material cost of 5%, which the system automatically calculates coming from the 35 euro. This has been depicted in the directive to make sure that certain costs are covered. Okay, so now I have an additional cost for wiper blades of 35 euros, which is a total after the material 5% of 36.75 cents, and you will see the total cost is now added to my utilization. And this is how you can record costs to a vehicle. So these were costs borne from, let's say, during the transport by using the vehicle. We also have civilian labor cost, military labor cost. You can imagine that if you're not using the MCMS module, let's say not using any services or EMRs, let's say, you can also directly put in civilian or military labor cost. For example, I'm going to add a new line, and last week on Wednesday, the vehicle was in for maintenance at a civilian company. We had material cost of, let's say, 400 euro, and civilian labor cost was a total of 275 euro. Now, both of the costs were visible on a purchase order coming from a contract. For example, a PO number. Yes, so I have a contract in place, and if I don't use the MCMS module, I can directly record my PO cost on the utilization, separating the civilian labor cost from the material cost, which were recorded or coming from the PO. And by saving, I will add the additional cost to my total cost of the utilization for this vehicle. Now, my advice is that if I have a PO number or any other description that could have an invoice, I would scan the document and I would put it in my attached documents, which is available over here. For example, I would like to attach a document which is related to my invoice for the wiper blades. So this is my dummy invoice for the wiper blades. If you click on the document, you will see dummy invoice for 35 euro for wiper blades Volkswagen. And then you save, and now I attached an invoice for wiper blades. Now, in the description, of course, you could put in the wiper blades invoice or maybe even the PO number. Yes, so if you have the PO, I would scan it and I would add it as a file, and in the description of the file, I would say PO number, so there is a relation to the utilization recording and the attached document. So if we go back to utilization, one remark. For the sites that are using MCMS, don't enter the costs of the EMR, because after closing the EMR, there will be another line added here in the utilization, and in the description it will say the EMR and the EMR number and the cost associated with this EMR. So again, using MCMS, closing the EMR will automatically create a line, so you don't have to do this separately in the utilization yourself. This is all automated coming from MCMS. So this is how you record kilometers and fuel and the different costs associated to this type of vehicle. Now let's go and find another type of vehicle which have not a kilometer reading but an hour reading. For example, it could be a forklift, a crane, or a generator. In this case, I'm choosing a forklift. Again, I go to Edit Vehicle. I go to my Utilization tab. Same scenario, I go to the plus sign. On the 1st of January, I'm going to record not kilometers, but I'm going to record running hours. And it had a reading of 450 hours. Fuel, this could be gas, petrol, any type of fuel of course, but I am recording the hours and I'm recording the fuel, and also for the same vehicle as before, I can add certain costs if applicable, but in this scenario I would only like to show you how to record running hours. So this is for cranes, forklifts, generators, etc. if the vehicle or type of fleet doesn't have any kilometer reading. So I save, and now you will see on the right, instead of total kilometers, the total hours for this type of vehicle. So this is how you record hours. So let's go out of this screen and we go back to our Volkswagen. And we are going to produce a Form 32. I go to Edit Vehicle, and there's a button here, Print Form 32. Now, according to the directive, you need to be able to do this to print a report. Now, by clicking on here, it will automatically generate the report. You can give it a description, and it shows me all the utilization which has been recorded so far. You can see it will take the whole year into consideration. So by the end of the year, you will see a total kilometers, running hours, fuel liters. You see the spares, the material cost, the labor, civilian and military cost, and the different descriptions. You see all the information which is applicable to this vehicle, the shape control number, the manufacture year, the purchase cost, the overall repair cost. So all this is available. This is how you print Form 32. You can also save the document. You can export it in the different formats, for example PDF or any other type you would like to save it as. And then, for example, if you ever have to do a ROS for this vehicle, you can attach the Form 32, and if needed, you can send the Form 32 to the different authorities that are requesting this information. So this is how you can produce a Form 32. You can save it, you can print it, but like I said, during a ROS, it is mandatory to attach it to the ROS documents. So to summarize the different actions we just showed you during this video, we showed you how to use the filter options, more specifically how to filter on license plate or maybe a nomenclature of the type of vehicle, how to record kilometers or hours in case I have a special type of vehicle which is not recording kilometers but hours. I showed you how to record the fuel usage, how to record costs, the different type of costs, civilian or military costs, how to produce or print Form 32, and how to attach files, for example, which are related to an invoice, a PO number, etc. So this is how to record utilization in MTM. Thank you very much for watching this video.